on our Broncast calendar, you put your haircut.
This Google thing's just got me all screwed up.
Yeah, haircut with Raven, 12 p.m. 12.
I could not find it on my calendar.
That's why, because it's on our shared calendar.
What time's my haircut?
Noon on Friday. You want me to invite you to it?
Could you send me an invite to my haircut, please?
Yeah, it should be a good one. How are things going?
Good, man. I on Sundays I post the podcast, and I was looking at what's going on with that. It made me just to kind of get reminiscing about how we got started. And what do you remember about that?
Man, I mean, okay, so for those of you who don't know, I mean, Donnie and I met not even a year ago, maybe a year ago. So Donnie gave me a call one day. How you got my number, I'm not even sure. Gave me a call and was like, hey man, I have to run to Dennis Carpenter to get some parts, some, body panels. I have a Bronco shop in town, and I need some body panels. I can pick up your body while I'm there. So I had just got my Dennis Carpenter body for my restoration that I'm doing. I'm building a 1974 Ford Bronco in my garage. And I was talking about how I finally, got my Carpenter body, and they were building it and it was almost ready. And Donnie's like, oh yeah, I can help you out. I can go pick it up for you. And I'm like, who is this guy?
I think I met you 3 days before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where did we meet?
I called you up about something about you. I knew you were doing YouTube, and
yes. Yeah.
I started the shop, and then I found out you were in town. So
yeah. Well, and you asked me, and I'm like, I need to go with this guy. Like, he might steal my Bronco body. And so I would go with him. I'm literally texting my wife, like, if I call you and say I'm ordering a pizza, that means like I've been human trafficked and I need help. Like, it was that kind of like, I didn't know how this was going to go.
That's a vibe I gave you.
But it was like, I mean, from go, like Donnie and I got along super well. We had a 6-hour car ride to Dennis Carpenter's and Donnie was like, hey, we can just share a hotel room if you want. And I was like, no, I want my own hotel room. I don't know who you are, but yeah. And so I had a 6-hour car ride there, picked up my body and a bunch of stuff that you needed. And then it actually rained the whole way back, and we brought the tub back. But I mean, from go, it was just like, okay, like me and this guy, we're gonna do stuff together. We're gonna work together. However it is, whatever it is, we're gonna definitely partner together in some cool Bronco stuff. And I just loved how many ideas you had. Like the whole car ride, you were just like, what if we did this? What if we did this? What if we did this? And I'm like, okay, yeah, like that sounds great. So yeah, I think the podcast was one of those.
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, and then we finally decided, it'd be cool because your experiences with how to, and mine was with building, and it's like it was, shop owner versus DIY guy. It's like this does kind of make sense. And then we came up with, I think initially, like, we'll do 6 episodes and see what happens. We can squeeze 6 in 3 months. Yeah. And what'd we end up with?
12.
12 is what we decided on. And it's like, well, how much content do we come up with? And I think by the time we got home from the car ride, it was like 100 episodes.
Yeah, easily.
Like yeah. So each Sunday night when I post the episodes, there's this thing on Podbean. It's like Bean Pod, but the other way around. And that's what we use to stream all of our episodes, and it feeds everything else. So once you put it on there, all the streaming platforms can grab them. You only have to post it one time. It's really awesome. And I noticed that there was in the dashboard, you get these really cool charts, and it shows you how many views you had from day one and the next month and the next month. And I realized they're like doubling.
Yeah.
And then we literally doubled again in 30 days. And it's just kind of really taken off. And it made me think, wow, just we did this in a really short time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember my friend, I have a buddy, Adam, that says nothing to it but to do it. And everything's a first. So he just jumped in and did it.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. Many people don't know this except the three of us that are in this room. We actually recorded the first 3 or 4 episodes and took them and put them in the garbage can and re-recorded all 4 of them because we both were just so bad. And I was trying to get us to do stuff like, just how we were doing it. It was a mess. We didn't know what we were doing. And so I think it's funny that, we literally had a full day trial run and then started over again and recorded 4 new first 4 episodes in one day.
Yeah, we had it all figured out. We're going to do this and this and this and this, and then someone's going to put it all together.
Yeah.
And then we had to scrap all of it. And like, you know what? Can we just do this start to finish? Maybe.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
It was awesome. I remember I did make one mistake. I got a call on a Thursday, and someone said, I can't find the old episode, the next episode from Monday. And I went, I forgot to post it. And it was when we had like 6 followers.
Yeah. Yeah. It was not many people knew.
Yeah.
My wife, I think I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. My wife just started listening. So my kids were listening before my wife started listening. My 7-year-old daughter was like, can I get Spotify on? She has like a little iPod Touch. She was like, can I get Spotify on my iPod Touch? And I'm like, no, you don't need Spotify. Like, why? She was like, I want to listen to your podcast. And I was like, yep. All right. Spotify. I'll get it for you.
That's right.
So,
Anything you want.
Anything you want. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. I remember. So I can see the streaming views through Podbean, but I don't get that you do all the YouTube stuff. So explain what you do there.
Yeah. I'll post the whole episode or a portion of the episode or break the episode up into a couple posts on YouTube, and that way people get to watch a visual if they want. And I'll throw some pictures on there sometimes, or like if we're talking about something that I have video footage of, I'll put the video footage on there. And it just kind of breaks it up a little bit, and people can watch us instead of, just hear us.
So what are the views like there, or have they been doing the same thing?
YouTube's a different beast altogether. Some episodes have done really well, like all the new Bronco stuff does really well on there. And then some videos just don't, they don't hit as well. And if I knew the perfect algorithm to do everything, then I'd have millions of views, but some videos just don't perform as well. And even though I love them, like the 3rd gen Bronco episode has not done well at all. And it's one of my favorite episodes that we've done. Like, it's just us bantering for 30 minutes. It was a lot of fun.
It's funny because aren't the views on YouTube like 3 times the streaming views though?
Yeah. We have some episodes with 3,000 views, and so it's crazy.
And that may not seem like a big number, but this is all so new. Like literally 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago, we posted our first episode, and then crickets for like the first month. It's like we didn't hear anything, and then November it just
took off.
Well, it's still like maybe a few crickets, and then December it just exploded.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So we've been enjoying the all the benefits that come with it, which are parts mostly, but that's good too.
Yeah. It's been fun. And it's fun having, sponsors like Tom's Off-Road that it's like, they're like excited about it and, hey, what can we do to help? That kind of thing. It's fun.
So we have like 40, I can't remember how many more episodes this year.
40 something.
We've done some real milestones that we hit. Like we did 18 episodes posted. So this will be our 18th episode.
Yeah.
Or Monday was last week. And so what was it? There's some statistic like most most
podcasts don't make it past 14 episodes. So we beat that. We beat that statistic. We've made it past 14 episodes. We have more to go, hopefully.
Yeah, actually we have, so what would that be, 1260 minus 18? We have 42 more already planned, and haven't really thought about the next year. But
yeah,
I remember we said, hey, let's just do 12 and see what happens. And next thing you know, it's like, well, we got the whole next year to do more, and there's no end for content. So not with the new Bronco and all these builds that we're doing. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Well, moving into this episode, wanted to have a little parts corner before we move too much further into the episode. You have anything for our parts corner today?
I do. Actually, this product's a lot of fun to put on, but it's undercoating. So I've used 3 different brands. I settled on this one. It's we have some samples here.
Oh yeah, nice.
And it's the Raptor lining protective coating. You can do bed liners with this, but I spray the bottom side of the truck with this. Most people want black. I found that this brand, it applies the best. I can get this, it's like less blotchy, and I have like samples that I take when I paint the truck, and I can hold them up to the light and see through some of the brands, and I can't see through Raptor lining, which means it covers so much better.
Yeah.
But what I really like about it is that it gives it a real fine texture and matte, and you can get it in tinnable. So versus black, like if you mix 16 ounces of your paint with it, you put 4 ounces in each bottle. They leave room in the bottle for the hardener and your paint. And then what happens is you just spray it on. And if you use your own paint, it will match your truck. It'll be like a tone on tone.
Yeah.
And if you put more paint in, you get more of your color. It's a little more intense. And if you use less paint, because it's this real light gray to start with, then it's like a shade lighter. And on the interior, you might want it a shade lighter or a shade darker. But for me, to undercoat the bottom of the truck the same color as the truck gives it more of that factory look. And then you see the contrast between the body color and the frame when you're looking up from underneath. So I really like that, but most people want black. But the process is fun because you spray it, you're about 12 inches away, and you're trying to get everything. And then at the very end, you take the last half of the last bottle and you stand back like 30 inches and you do what's called a flocking process. And it gives it this nice matte finish, and it throws little specks here and there. It's actually fun. It takes about 4 hours start to finish because you've got, I think, 3 60-minute drying periods. And you need to wear a mask or you'll get a huge buzz. And you'll probably burn some brain cells in the process. But yeah, we're going to do your truck, so I can't wait to see what color you do.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I know. I'm going to do the Raptor lining underneath and do it the same color as the truck itself, which you'll have to wait and see what color I end up choosing. Well, my parts corner for today is actually this Precise Built torque wrench. And I didn't think that I needed a new torque wrench in my life until I used this one. Actually, I have one of the Husky ones that you can get from like Home Depot or something, and it was fine, but I wanted something with a 1/2-inch drive. I wanted it to have more range. Like the Husky one that I have doesn't have as much range, and man, this thing is so much better. Like I thought I was just ordering one with this goes 15 to 150 foot-pounds. And I thought, oh, that'll be better. I think the one that I have from Husky, I don't know what the range is, but it doesn't go quite as low. And so I was like, I'll get this one. And the Husky one is a 3/8 inch drive. This one's 1/2 inch. But everything about this is better than that Husky. Like, I didn't know that I was buying such a nice one. Like I just kind of was looking at reviews and I was like, oh, this one has good reviews. But it clicks better. Like, I don't know what it's called, but however many clicks it is to move it back from when you tighten it is so much finer that I don't have to, like, I find myself like with the Husky one, like, man, how far back do I have to go? So you need a lot of room to actually move it because it's a bigger wrench. So you need a lot of room to actually move it so it'll make a click so that you can, tighten it further. This clicks closer together, like the clicks are closer together. It feels better in your hands, and it goes both ways, which my Husky one only goes one way. So there's just a lot of benefits to it that, and I really like having a 1/2-inch drive, because a lot of my stuff, with my Milwaukee impact wrench is 1/2-inch drive. So it was just really nice. I really wanted to have a 1/2-inch drive, and I didn't know what I was getting with this. I thought I was kind of getting another Husky type of tool, and this is far superior, and it's a really nice build, and it's really easy to tell when it clicks. Like on my other one, it's kind of like, was that the click? Or was it like, like it's kind of hard to tell. And this one, it's like, yep, that was it, and so it's really nice. I enjoy using it. So we'll put links to all this stuff down in the description below if you want to pick any of it up. But yeah, it's a lot better. So yeah, that's Parts Corner for Bronco parts for the Bronco enthusiasts such as ourselves. We're always messing with our Broncos, always looking for new Bronco parts. And I always think I always find that we're looking for recommendations on stuff. It's like, it's not just a part that we're looking for recommendations on, but man, when I find a good tool, I tell everyone about it. I'm like, you have to get this, like this is the best thing ever. So yeah.
A lot of the times a torque wrench like that, you don't have to spend that much more to get into a good torque wrench, but the cheap ones, until you've used one and broken one,
yeah,
because they do break, then you're like, were any of my bolts right?
Oh no,
was it actually calibrated?
Yeah.
Totally. And that one is, so
yeah.